Tri-State Triumphs, sponsored by Good Samaritan Home of Quincy.
2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff.
It's nerve-wracking. Think of if you've ever been in any sporting event and you're on the free throw line, everybody's screaming for you to make a shot, right? It's much more than that. When you have something that's about to happen, something about to launch, or people you need to take care of in space, and knowing that your job directly relates to their safety and if they're going to get home. It's a huge humbling thing, but at the same time, it's very, very nerve-wracking. But that's the reason I went to school for what I did, the reason I love what I do. So I enjoy what I do, but yeah, it definitely is very nerve-wracking.
Is there a typical day in the life, or is it something different almost every day?
I work a couple different programs within NASA. So the big program that I support, mainly my job, is with the ISS, or the International Space Station. So a big part of my job is I'm in charge of keeping sure and making sure we know where the space station is. So those that don't know, it's a giant piece of spacecraft that constantly orbits the Earth, about a football field in length, and it makes one revolution around Earth about every 92 minutes. So traveling really, really fast, really, really big. So my job is, we're the experts, and we're supposed to keep track of where it's at for various purposes. We do it for, there's space debris up there that is caused by naturally due to people launching stuff and collisions. So my job is to track that stuff and to make sure the space station, which has humans on it, never gets hit, right? So for example, about 3-4 weeks ago, we actually moved the space station out of the way of something that it was going to get hit of. So it's a pretty big deal to do something like that. And then the other piece of my job that I work with, which is really cool, is the spaceship part. I work with different commercial companies. More recently, I worked with SpaceX and their Demo 2 mission. I was one of the 3 trajectory specialists on console working that mission while it was up in the air. So us as NASA, we play more of we get data and we get things. We kind of oversee it. We do make sure they don't get hit by any space debris. That's a big piece. And then we make sure that they're going to get to the ground and up to the space station on time and how they want to safely. So typical day in the life, I do that. And then meetings. I have a lot of meetings. Most of my day, if you talk to my family and you say, what does your son do? And they will tell you he sits in a lot of meetings.
It's a bit of rock star for you when you showed up on the last launch too. How many text messages did you get? We don't have a lot of celebrities in the tri-state. You got to be one for one very interesting afternoon. Was that cool?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I had local news people contacting me asking if I could do something. And I was like, well, I kind of need to sleep before we have to work the next morning for this. So had to turn some of it down. I'm not a huge social media guy, so I'm not really on there that much. But I did definitely take the opportunity to get on there to see what was going on. And I think my father had posted something and had hundreds and hundreds of likes and stuff. And so yeah, it was pretty humbling to see that people were seeing that, which is great because I think more people need to get excited into the space industry.
I'd also like to think, it's awfully cool when the entire city of Liberty gets to pound its chest a little bit. I mean, and you know this better than anybody because you were around some of those great basketball teams and, the state runs and all of that stuff. There's really nothing like small town pride anywhere in the world, is there?
Oh, no. I still remember the time when Justin Brock and Chris Starnes, Joe Starnes, all those guys were coming up and doing their state run. That was the way you see a city get behind something as simple as basketball and how excited they get about something like that. It's super cool to be a part of. So hopefully this is something else they can kind of be proud of a little bit too.